a UTV-44 sports production. This is the UTV-44 High School Football Game of the Week. Brought to you by Whataburger.
Yeah, who doesn't love an early autumn tailgate party that starts in the morning on a Friday to get ready for the biggest game in our area tonight? It's week 5 of the high school football season, and teams stepping out of their region tonight. And we've got a huge one on the campus of Mattie T. Blount High School as the Blount Leopards 3-1 play host to the Vigor Wolves, who come in unbeaten and ranked number 6 in 6A. Good evening. I'm Jim Cox. My partners Dan Brennan and Vic Lockett. And Dan, as we look at this matchup here tonight, we would expect a low-scoring game, a couple of good defenses. But, boy, like always, Vigor has just got some outstanding talent on that side of the ball.
They bring the funk from the edge again, you know what I mean?
Year after year.
Always great defensive ends. They got another really big-time player, and what a specimen, y'all. Just take a look at this guy. His name is Justin Thornton. They know about him on the Plains because he's already committed to Auburn. He's a 4-star from Rivals.com. He's 6'4", 225. He's great in space. He's great coming off blocks. He can chase the quarterback and catch the quarterback. Good against the run, too. You got to deal with this guy all night long.
Yeah, Vigor offensively led by their senior 3-year starting quarterback, Devin Adams. He's got 9 touchdowns on the year, yet to throw an interception. But, boy, Blount has got some young men that will take the football away if you give him a chance, Vic.
Yeah, they've got a defensive back there that's very good. Cornelius Abrams, take a look at him there. He's 5'10", 175 pounds. He's got 3 interceptions already against LaFleur, 2 against Murphy. So if he puts it in the air, he's going to be putting it in harm's way. So you got to watch out for 26. I understand he just got a knack for the football. He finds it when it's in the air, and he's subject to pick you off.
It's the Battle of Pritchard, and so far it's been all dominated by Vigor. They've won 14 in a row. We'll find out tonight if tonight is the night Blount can snap the streak here at home. Sticking around. Kickoff comes up next between Vigor and Blount here on UTV 44. Yeah, everybody here ready to get this one underway tonight. Blount will kick off. Jared Barron to kick. Desharius Flowers and Brandon Rogers back deep for the Vigor Wolves.
Ladies and gentlemen, the battle for bragging rights is pitching.
Short kick comes to the near side and goes out of bounds. And so it'll be good field position for Vigor to open things up offensively, coming in averaging 31 points a game. This will be their biggest test of the season thus far. Take a look at the Flowers, Smallwood, Burgess, and Clement up front. And it starts there with Devin Adams, the quarterback, Rogers and Stafford on the outside, along with Flowers and McCann, the big tight end. And Devin Adams, 40 of 74 on the year, 600-plus yards, 54% completion. As we said in the open, 9 touchdowns and no interceptions. Adams will hand it off to Flowers, and he's hit at the line of scrimmage for a gain of maybe 1 as we look at this Blount Leopard defense, giving up 15 points a game. Rogers, Caples, Dungy, Goodwin, and Fallow. And then linebackers, they have Timmons, Snell, and Turner. And the secondary, Abrams that Vic talked about, Tyler Williams, and Dominic Burden back there. And they can all go up and get the football if need be. It's a gain of 2 for Desharius Flowers. So 2nd and 8 coming up here, and they'll give it back to Flowers and right up the middle. And Flowers is going to be very close to a first down. And Pat, we talked about a little bit at the open, the streak 14 in a row by Vigor coming into tonight.
Yeah, guys, it's hard to believe because this is such a competitive rivalry. When you look at the scores, these last 3 games specifically have been very close. But 14 in a row, you got to go back to 1998. Last time Blount won this one, that was when Blount won the 5A state championship and Vigor lost in the 6A state finals. So you guarantee these guys in purple have heard that stat all week long.
3rd and less than a yard. And Adams will go under center and wants to do the quarterback sneak, and he'll do it. And he'll pick up the first down.
You know, the fact is, the guys in purple have been hearing this all lifelong.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Since they've been young kids following this game, Vigor's won the game. Vigor keeps winning the game, and
And like Pat said, it has been a point of contention. I've been hearing a whole lot of chatter about the streak, and it's time to be broken. And I'm not a social media guy, but I heard there's been a lot of stuff going on social media about Vigor in that 14-year streak.
Adams, after converting the third down, up to the 42, looking to throw for the first time, feels some pressure and dances away from it on the first wave, and then he'll be brought down for a loss.
Yeah, Warren Caples got back there and agitated him and got him down for the sack.
Just a sophomore, Caples, from his defensive end position. They also brought Snell, the middle linebacker, so they brought pressure right into Adams' face.
Sure. Probably don't want him to get comfortable back there because, you know, just like you said, what is it, 9 touchdowns, no interceptions?
Yeah, he's a great-looking thrower of the football.
Yeah, you're going to enjoy watching him pass the football tonight.
Loss of 4 brings up 2nd and 14 on the option. He'll give it off to Flowers along the left edge, and Flowers is into Blount territory, and he's down to the 47-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd and about 4.
Yeah, Trinelius Abrams made a game-saving tackle there, and it's going to be a touchdown.
Don't forget, all game long, you can reach out to us and ask us your questions. Send them to heyguys@utv44.com, and we'll do our best to answer them for you all throughout tonight's contest. And we got lots of folks watching this one here tonight. Longtime rivalry. There's Ashley Johnson, first-year head coach of the Vigor Wolves, was the defensive coordinator for the previous 3 under Kerry Stevenson. The give this time goes to Cameron Cole, and Cole is going to be very close, and I believe he's going to have the first down. Cole, a junior, 5'7", 150. 6 touchdowns already on the year, but he's got the first down there. So 2nd and 14, and Vigor able to string together 2 strong running plays and pick up the first down.
You can sense the crowd just waiting for something big to happen. They're waiting for the explosion. Out here in my hometown of Pritchard, I've heard a whole lot about this game all my life as well. Never competed in it. So I went to Shaw High School, but certainly an electric atmosphere tonight as expected.
All day long out here.
Yes.
Adams looking to throw. He looks for McCants, and it's tipped up in the air and incomplete. McCants, the big junior wide receiver at 6'5", couldn't hold on to that one. Busy night tonight, as we said. Murphy with the win last night. They're 5-0. West Florida and Bryant tonight. Robertsdale and Baker. Davidson and Williamson. Mary G. and Saraland. How about the one tonight at the Lip? Daphne and McGill-Tulane. That'll be a good one. BC Rain and Theodore and Gulf Shores on the road up at Baldwin County. Spanish Fort and Fairhope, a couple unbeatens there, 6A and 5A, and Jackson and Foley. A lot of folks got their eye on that one tonight at Ivan Jones. Adams on the keeper gets nothing, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 10. The rest of the games tonight, Andalusia at the Aaron family hometown of Opp. Clark County at T.R. Miller. W.S. Neal taking on Hillcrest Evergreen. Excel at Monroe. How about the one tonight? A couple of former coaching colleagues there. Phil Lazenby at Bayside Academy taking his team over to take on Terry Curtis and UMS, and our thoughts have been with Terry Curtis all week. Lost his mom earlier this week, so our thoughts are with the entire Curtis family as they get ready for tonight's matchup. Coach Mark Hurt. Now they look to set up the screen right in the middle of the field, dangerously thrown and incomplete.
Yeah, you can see the game plan defensively for Blount. They are going to make sure Devin get rid of that football quick because pressure came off the end right there.
Brings 4th and 10.
To get at him and make him hurry that pass. He wanted to get him set up a little bit more, but Blount was able to heat him up so he couldn't get it off as quick.
Sam Green will come on to punt. Antonio Wright back to receive, and he'll let this one bounce, and it'll go all the way into the end zone. And at the 20-yard line, the Blount offense will take over. Up front, we'll tell you about the Blount offense momentarily. You can follow us on Facebook all year long. UTV High School Football Game of the Week. Search for us. You can find out what's going on. Vic Lockett says he's not much of a social media guy. I find people that say I'm not much of a social media guy, the guys that spend 9 hours a day on social media. That's what I find.
I don't know if I got that kind of time to do that.
Blount comes out offensively, led by their senior quarterback, Malik Campbell. 342 yards of total offense last week against Murphy.
Campbell looking over the defense.
DeLorean Bethea with the give, and he'll pick up one on the right side. Bethea, senior. Allen, Tony, Grimes, Autry, and Locke. Locke 6'3", 280 up front. The receivers, Lee, keep your eye on number 22, Jamarcus King. Vaughn and Bethea in the backfield. Campbell, Shepard, the tight end. Campbell, good-looking senior quarterback. And he'll give it off. Again, it's DeLorean Bethea, and he is hit at the line of scrimmage, and 3rd and long coming up for Blount. And early on, we said, this might be a low-scoring game. We're seeing that could be the case. Justin Thornton heads that defense for Vigor that Dan talked about in the pregame. Petaway and Lang, who's got 3 sacks on the year. Green, Mosley, Hughes, and Quinney. Quinney with 9 sacks from his linebacker position. They are in the secondary. Williams, 3 interceptions. Bynes, Sellers, and Rivers round out the starting lineup for the Vigor Wolves defense. 13 turnovers they have forced throughout the first 4 games. Third and 8. Campbell looking to pass. Looking down the right side as he wants King. Fires it up and instead tried to come to Antonio Lee, who dropped it. And Lee might have been able to take that one to the far side of the field for a touchdown if he holds on.
Yeah, more than likely. And probably there's a mix-up there anyway. You had 2 receivers basically running the same route, so there's a mix-up there. But the fact is, in all that confusion of bodies, Lee comes out on his own with a chance to take it and go. It's almost like a pick was set for him.
Yeah, but definitely not by design. As you point out, that 2 receivers in the same area, and if Lee would have just kept his eyes on the football, yeah, he may have ran it on in for the touchdown.
Demetrius Vaughn to punt, and he gets off a great kick. Flowers all the way back to the 41. Flowers to midfield up the far sidelines, and he's down to the 43-yard line. And so Vigor will get their second offensive start. I want to tell you about our presenting sponsor of high school football on UTV 44 for the 2013 season. What a burger. I like the avocado. Really like the avocado.
Oh, my avocado, give me double meat and cheese.
There we go.
Big lock it for you.
So halfway through the opening quarter, scoreless in the Battle of Pritchard. Flowers up the middle to the 37-yard line. Flowers coming into the season 457 yards on 58 carries, 5 touchdowns, 6'1", 197.
And he looks every bit of it. You take a look at him there coming right at you, running through a couple of tackles, lowering his shoulders, just getting all he can right there in that A-gap.
Roderick Flowers doing a good job to open things up.
He's a little concerned that Alabama doesn't have enough depth at running back. So he's
been a problem there lately.
Yeah, right. Who can you give the ball to up there? So he's decided that's where he's going to go. At least he's committed already as a junior right now.
Mm-hmm. There you look at Flowers, 6'3", 315.
Yeah, the other Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you're that size, how dare we call him the other Flowers?
Yeah, there have been some Flowers that have come through this Vigor program that we've done over the years.
Just the game itself. We were talking about this pregame, and Vic, you alluded to it, the fact that you grew up in this community, but you ended up going to Shaw. You never played in this game. We've had the privilege to be at this game so many times, and I don't know that I've been more excited about one of these. We've seen tonight the atmosphere and the huge crowd here, and really tonight it was either come early or stay home.
And they're still trying to get in. Look out.
Yeah, I don't like
this will be a late arriving crowd.
And they're going to be wrapping around the fence again. That's just the way it's going to be.
And those folks were early. They were out here early.
I guess they were.
Yeah, the tailgating's so organized, it almost looks like a college atmosphere
I know.
over there with the tents. And then you got a Winnebago. I mean, hey, this is a festival in my hometown of Pritchard.
Pat mentioned the last 3 years, how tight these games have been. Last year, it was 21-13. Vigor with the victory, of course. They've won 14 in a row, 13-6 2 years ago. And 3 years ago, 21-14, your score. So
yeah, you remember last year, Blount came in undefeated in that one, too. But Toppings, the very talented quarterback that's now at Georgia State, he was hurt coming into the game.
During the play, we had a personal foul, face mask by the defense. After the play, we had a personal foul, punching, ejection on the defense. Personal foul, punching, ejection by the offense.
Wow.
Wow.
Did not see any of that.
Yeah, but right away you can tell these officials are going to make it clean between the lines.
So it should be
applaud them for that.
all dead ball fouls. So it should mark off 15 yards against Blount here.
Yeah, it was. Somebody got a 2-for-1.
Pat Greenwood will get to the bottom of this to find out who's gone, who was ejected from each team.
Yeah, that's pretty costly here early in the first quarter to lose a starter in such a big game. And, you know, emotions run high, but you want to keep it clean and you want to keep it fair. And, of course, you want to act yourself, govern yourself accordingly as a player. Leave all the fanatics to the fans.
They got a little carried away there.
And the crowd not liking the carrying away either.
Yeah.
All right, Pat Greenwood.
Well, guys, I can tell you for Blount, Tyler Williams was the guy that was ejected. There was a face mask and apparently a punch thrown. I'm kind of unclear. I think it's obviously pretty loud down here. I was standing next to the coach when the referee was explaining it, and I still couldn't hear the full story. So I know Tyler Williams from Blount has been ejected. I'm going to try to figure out if somebody from Vigor was ejected as well, but that's the call. There was a punch thrown after the play.
So Williams is gone. James Knox will come in to replace him and to give to Flowers inside the 20.
You know, and I got news for you. You know, you're facing Devin Adams. The last thing you want to do is replace a cornerback.
Sure. Yeah, you want all hands on deck in terms of the secondary, and you want the starters in there against this guy with 9 touchdowns, no interceptions through 3 football games.
Faison Forrest there. Also one of the DBs for this Blount team. 2nd and 8. Flowers on the right side to about the 17.
Vic Lockett, pretty conservative game plan so far by the Vigor Wolves.
Yeah, they're trying to just fill it out. I can tell both offensive coordinators just trying to fill the game out, get the players to kind of settle down, run some basic stuff. You know, Blount saw that through that long pass. That was a kind of edgy play early in the game, but so far they're just trying to fill each other out and probably get the players settled down emotionally and then let them get a feel for the game, and then they'll start turning them loose. But yeah, they ran that little misdirection with Flowers here quite a few times.
3rd and 6. Play action, pressure coming from the backside. Evans steps up, and now he's going to try to scramble off to his left. And Evans looking for the sticks, and he's going to have it. Devin Adams with the first down.
Nice footwork by Devin. I mean, does this guy got pocket presence or what, Dan?
He really does. He's so calm. He's got so much composure. But I think one of the reasons he's got the composure, too, Vic, a couple of things. He's now a senior.
Correct.
This ain't his first rodeo, right?
Experience.
Experience, and also he's dropped a couple of pounds. He's quicker than he was even a couple of years ago. This kid was bigger, heavier. Yep. He's worked harder. And I just got to think, somebody's going to end up with a gem with this kid.
And he's still bigger than everybody on defense looks like.
He's a big guy.
6'3", 229 for Devin Adams. And a timeout taken by Blount with 4 minutes to go. And 1st and goal coming up here for the Vigor Wolves.
On October the 17th at 6 o'clock in the Blount High School cafeteria.
So Blount wants to talk it over real quick and see if they can stop him here.
See, Deshaun Davis, by the way, we'll get back to him, number 12, and why he's not in the game.
4 minutes to go. First quarter, 1st and goal coming up for Vigor after this timeout.
We always get along.
Yeah, it's to be outside here tonight, and we are on top of the press box. Home of the Leopards. Been a great view of the stadium here and a great night to be outside for high school football.
Glad we didn't have a flyover, or we may have got a little bit of the contrail.
We got a great view of Mount Vernon from here.
Cole takes the handoff, and the helmet came loose. Cameron Cole, the junior, took a big hit as he tried to go on that left side. Lost his bucket, and he'll come to the sidelines, replaced by Flowers.
Well, Aaron Rodgers really came in there and just struck him and rebuffed anything coming in there right there.
Second and goal.
Says, hey, stop right here.
Phalo also in there. 2nd and 9. Phalo is senior.
It's Adams and the work back. Second and goal.
Rudolph Hale split up to the top of the screen. 3 receivers to the bottom. Adams looking for the corner of the end zone. He's got the touchdown. Jeremiah Howell, the junior. No, make it Brandon Rogers, the sophomore.
Yeah, Jeremiah was open initially in the route, but Devin was doing his thing back there, avoiding the rush. And he still was able to find him late in the back of the end zone.
5 touchdowns on the season now for Rogers, and that's 10 for Devin Adams.
And when you combine Adams' obvious talent with his now cool pocket presence and poise, you know, this is what makes the guy so good right here.
I mean, look at him just stand tall in there until they agitate him a little bit. And when they agitate him, he doesn't just go berserk about it. He's just like, oh, okay, I got to move a little bit, find my guy. There he is.
He's shifted in the pocket to make throws, and he's also taking it downfield to get first downs.
Low snap, Abraham Coleman with a kick, and it's good. And Vigor on top first here with 3:18 to go in the opening quarter.
You know, Brady's done a lot of that to win a bunch of games.
7-0.
He's won a bunch.
Sure.
Vigor on top. Vigor Wolves on top 7-0 with the Brandon Rogers touchdown reception, his 5th of the year from Devin Adams.
5th and counting, 5 and counting, huh?
Yeah, I don't think he's done.
Yeah.
Deontay Purdue and Antonio Wright back deep to receive the Abraham Coleman kick. Good kick by Coleman, but that one will travel out of bounds. Give us a chance to get on to Pat Greenwood to get a clarification on the ejections. Pat.
Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Well, we did report already that Tyler Williams from Blount was the one ejected. For Vigor, there was an ejection as well, and that was number 11, Nicholas Jackson. So both of those guys got tangled up. I was talking to somebody on the sidelines. I said, you know, our cameras missed it, and the guy goes, whew, I'm glad they did. Also, something we'll be following, number 17 for Blount is Faison Forrest. He's a linebacker, and he's being attended to by the medical staff. Looks like something on his right thumb, maybe. He seems to be in pain, so we'll keep an eye on that as this game progresses.
Kickoff will bring it out to the, going out of bounds, will bring it out to the 35. There's Ashley Johnson, 23-9, former head coach at Citronelle. Got them to a 10-2 record his last season there. And Coach Mark Hurt here for the Blount Leopards, his 2nd season. He's 9-7 overall, and this is the first time we see Demetrius Vaughn touch the football, and he's dropped back at the 30 for a loss of 5.
This is a kid who's been running the ball for Blount since he was a freshman. But they've got a lot of speed, a lot of power on that Vigor side of the ball. Always defensively they are. That's Lang. That's the other guy. That's the other defensive end. That's not the one everybody's talking about, but probably by the season's end, they'll be talking about him too.
Yeah, and Justin Mosley shot the gap there too to get in there and lock him down real quick.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. Now they'll bring Jamarcus King in the backfield. And they'll give it off to Vaughn. And Vaughn struggling to get back to the line of scrimmage, and will pick up a couple, and 3rd and 13 now coming up for Blount.
You know, so neat to see just who it is coaching that Vigor defensive line is Alex Brown, who's the son of Tank Brown, who, of course, did games with us.
I met him before the game.
Yeah, Alex Brown is a volunteer assistant. In fact, everybody on this staff is a volunteer. This side of the offensive coordinator, you've got Ashley Johnson, the OC. Everybody else is there on their own dime every day out at Vigor. Amazing story.
Well, that's the pride that you have out of these guys, you know.
3rd and 13, looking to the near side, able to get that one complete to Lee, and Lee has the first down for the Leopards to the 39.
A proud group here. The alumnus really take part in the schools and participate, so it doesn't surprise me you have all those volunteer coaches, and 10,000 of them in the stands as well.
You got that right.
30-yard pickup from Campbell to Lee. And Lee, 6'2", 185-pound receiver, for the first big play offensively for the Leopards tonight.
Yeah, they tried to get to him earlier in the game. This time he made sure he kept his eyes on the football, got 2 hands on it. 6'2", you can go up and get it like that.
Vaughn with a little spring in his step, and he goes right up the middle, and Demetrius Vaughn in for the 40-yard touchdown.
Yeah, just like that, 2 plays, and the Leopards are back in the football game. Never was out of it, but trying to pull even with the Vigor Wolves there with a big run there.
Once he busted through, there was nobody to touch him, Big Block.
They weren't even getting close to him, what he did.
They're in a little zero coverage there. Something's going on. I didn't see a safety in sight or nobody with an angle. And
there you go, bad angle. Bad angle, and then when he got behind everybody, he pulled away. Didn't think he would, but he
5'8", 217 pulling away. And he'll try the PAT here as well.
It's up.
No good.
Could be the difference in the game. That right there.
7-6 Vigor on top. 1:21 to go in the first after this 40-yard touchdown run by the junior Demetrius Vaughn. Demetrius Vaughn with the 40-yard touchdown scamper here. And he knew as soon as he broke through, there was no one to come close to him. And Vaughn with the score, but the PAT, then he missed following that. And so it's 7-6. And Jared Barron to kick off for the Leopards. His first kick went out of bounds. This one will be taken at the 18-yard line, and Cole gets up to the 30.
Man,
I got to tell you,
some smacking there, huh?
I looked at Lockett, Vic Lockett looked at me, and we both had the same face, and it was the one that what makes you, when you're making the ooh sound.
I saw a mouthpiece come flying out at the end of that play there.
I think I lost my mouthpiece.
Yeah, he was trying to hide behind his teammates there, but those Leopards sinked him out.
Minute 57 on the drive. 4 plays, 65 yards before Vaughn had the long run. So Devin Adams will bring his Wolf Pack back out. Adams with the give to Flowers, and he's up to the 35-yard line, and a lost helmet there by Charles Fallow, so he'll come out for a play. Pat Greenwood.
All right, we talked about Faison Forrest, the linebacker who was out with an injured right thumb. He's had it taped up, is about to come back in the ball game. But the funny thing was, the look that he gave the trainer just a second ago when the defense was on the field and the trainer was still taping him, glad I'm not the trainer. He was ready to get back out there.
This is one intense rivalry. Those kids will do anything to be out there. Already 2 are no longer out there because of punches thrown.
Flowers with his 8th carry of the night. He's tripped up in the backfield. Jaker Snell, the linebacker there, able to trip him up for a loss of 2.
Snell's not huge, but Snell's been penetrating all night long. And I'll tell you what Fred Riley and Davidson said about Flowers, the running back here for Vigor. After that game, I talked to Fred, and he said, we're not going to see a better one.
Really?
Than Flowers, yeah.
Wow. Well, you're talking about Snell. I've heard a lot about these linebackers. I heard they're not really big.
They're not.
They are very busy little guys. They'll come up in there and stick their face mask.
I don't think Devin Adams is going to get the play off, and the quarter will come to an end. A quick-moving first quarter, and Vigor on top by a score of 7-6. We'll come back for quarter number 2 after this on the UTV 44 Game of the Week. This touchdown pass put the Wolves on top 7-0, but Blount answered back with his touchdown run by Demetrius Vaughn. Good-looking crowd here tonight at Blount. Huge crowd. 7-6 our score as we get ready to start the second quarter.
It is a fashion show when you have this football game.
It's
third.
Adams on 3rd and 6. Pressure in the backfield, and he's drilled. Huge hit delivered by LeBaron Rogers, the linebacker.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about these little linebackers. They're not real big, but they will come in there and just stick it to you like that. And they don't mind playing football and playing it the way it's supposed to be played.
So the sack on Adams will bring out the punt team. Sam Green to punt. Antonio Wright with a high snap. Green able to pull it down. Another good kick. Wright picks it up on the hop at the 30, and he'll be slung back down at the 35-yard line. I'll let you know about more of our friends who bring you high school football every Friday night here on UTV 44 Encore Rehabilitation. I was by one of their locations in Thomasville on Tuesday of this week, so they take care of folks all over the state of Alabama.
I saw Paige Flash the other day, too, as we were at the services for Terry Curtis' mom.
Greer's Market since 1916. Here come the Leopards.
Headquartered out here in Pritchard, matter of fact.
I know. That's right.
For many, many years.
Since 1916. Malik Campbell. Botched handoff and...
Yeah, that was doomed from the start there. They tried to run a little cross-buck action there, and the timing wasn't off. Both backs coming there at the same time. I don't know who was supposed to get the football, but neither one knew at that point.
Yeah, Vaughn and Bethea. Now they go back 4.
Well, they're both good backs, but the key is one of them has to have it.
Yeah, and there's only one football. If you had 2 footballs, that would be interesting.
Sure.
King comes in motion, and they give it to him. Jamarcus King, the athlete. Oh, boy, he was close to breaking that one as he got out past the original line of scrimmage to the 41.
You know, talking with Ashley Johnson about King, Ashley, the head guy over at Vigor, talked about his scouting report of Blount. And when King stands out as an athlete, and I was kidding Ashley, I said, when you stand out as an athlete at Blount, that says something.
That's not just typical stuff there.
No, right. And that's what this kid does. Very dynamic with the football in his hands. He can make a lot of things happen, and almost did right there.
Well, I'm sure they're going to get it in more often than what we saw thus far.
3rd and 7, and he's in the slot to the bottom of the screen. On the keeper, Campbell makes a move and a straight arm at midfield, and Campbell is gone. 58 yards on the score, and Blount takes the lead.
Well, what happened there? He just faked it, and that's the problem when you have a running quarterback. It's usually going to put yourself in a one-on-one situation, and the coaches on offense expect that offensive player to make the play right there in that one-on-one situation, and then he's just off to the races.
Justin Thornton was screaming he was held on the play.
Yeah, he may have a case where they're walking back here.
There is a flag.
Boy, Thornton was on the far side of the field, and there is a flag over here on the near side, but Thornton was adamant on the far side right when Campbell turned the corner that he was held. An illegal shift. I actually thought there was motion by Antonio Wright, the sophomore, who was lined up right in front of the Blount sidelines. I thought he moved before the snap, and obviously the official did.
Man.
But we couldn't see the flag because it came right at the Blount sidelines, and the play went to the far side.
Yeah, so postpone the parade here for a second because this place exploded.
Wow.
Yeah, they were expecting to be on their way from that play there, but hold the train.
3rd and 12. Give it to the near side, and this is Bethea, and he's up to the 45.
Hey, I got to let you know about Jamarcus King there. What a great no play. Saw he was going to be able to block him in the back. Didn't do it. Just allowed his back to make the move and get it upfield, and he did not cause a penalty there.
So instead of the 58-yard touchdown, it'll bring out the punt team.
This tells me they've got good coaching out of Coach Hurt there.
Mark that one down. It's a game changer, the turning point possibly. Demetrius Vaughn will punt. Flowers stands back at the 20.
Well, even though they did not get those points, that's going to work well for their confidence.
They're not going to get the punt off. That's going to be a delay of game.
Yeah, they're going to feel good about themselves and know that, hey, we can at least score it.
Coach
Play
Hurt
with these guys.
Got the timeout in right before they dropped the flag, and he was not happy about that at all.
Not sure why this is different than other. Maybe just the sheer volume and the excitement in the crowd here. But we're on the Blount side. We're on top of the press box, and we've got every time there's a big play, this whole side of the stadium actually shakes. We're at the very top of it, so you can see the camera bopping around, and believe us, we feel it.
Yeah, we're the top piece in Jenga right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Blount, as we said, hasn't beaten Vigor since 1998. What was so special about that season for both teams?
Just rewind the tape.
Go back to Greenwood, who didn't give you the spoiler alert before.
The Hall of Fame bean spiller.
Pat Greenwood?
Yeah, I didn't know. You need to consult me about what the trivia question is. I had no idea.
You hadn't screwed one up in like 6 years, so we're, the streak ends tonight. One of them. We'll see if the other one does.
One quick point about Justin Thornton. He's doing a great job of pleading his case, but I happen to be watching him specifically on that touchdown play, and he just bit on the fake. I don't think he was held at all.
Vaughn. Punt to Flowers. Flowers decides to get away from it. It takes a Leopard roll to the 11.
Is blown dead just outside the 10-yard line.
We thought this might kind of see if this settles into a tussle, Vic Lockett.
Yeah, it's going to be one, I can rest assured. This is Blount Vigor. You expect nothing different.
You see both teams kind of, that touchdown that did not count, but we've seen each team's kind of tighten up defensively after that first series.
Yeah, very physical at the line of scrimmage, too. These guys are really getting after it. I think Vigor's done a pretty good job of establishing the run with Flowers.
Adams with the give. And
Flowers, the ball carrier.
Also about 1 on the play as things were bottled up on the right-hand side.
Gain on the play, making it
Flowers. Gang tackled by a host of Leopards led by Rogers again.
Yeah, Rogers, their outside backers are actually a little bit bigger than their inside guys. Outside backers, Rogers and Phalo both go about 205.
Second and about 11. Adams looking to throw pressure coming. He strong arms this one as he looks for Keontae McCants, and it's out of bounds. Again, that was Juan Caples with the pressure, who's been in the backfield multiple times here tonight.
How about that target right there? 6'5", 185. Man, what a... You may see him a little bit too at defensive end from time to time. Alex Brown was telling me they're going to let him play there a little bit.
Why wouldn't you?
Why, yeah, exactly. And Devin Adams off his back foot delivers a rope, though it's out of bounds, still athletically impressive.
Yeah. Adams, who hasn't thrown an interception this year with 10 touchdowns, but as Vic said, watch out. Cornelius Abrams with 5 picks on the year. And 3rd and 10, backed up to your own 10. Adams to the far side, zips it off. He's able to get it complete. That's Howell who makes a move up the sideline, and Howell will be wrestled out of bounds at the 38, a gain of 28 on the play, and a first down.
Devin can throw it on the rope, can he?
He can, and these kids on the outside, too, making people miss. I cannot imagine, as I watch Hal make this move, guys, the adrenaline going through this kid's body as he makes this catch. He's got the Vigor sideline right there with the fans screaming in his ear hole in the biggest game of his life.
Oh, yeah. These guys are keyed up for this game, but, these coaches have done a good job of settling them down and saying, hey, it's just football.
Give him 30 as they mark him out of bounds at the 40-yard line, and that's Cameron Cole, the junior, who takes it up to the 42.
And again, you talk about Adams' arm strength, Jim. It was his arm strength that got the ball there early, in time or a little bit early. And that allowed his receiver to make the move to get the yards and get past the first down. Otherwise it's just a catch, a tackle, and a 4th and punt.
Yep. Tony Howard comes in at wide receiver on the play for the Vigor Wolves on 2nd and 8. Adams looks to pass again. Scrambles out, now steps up in the pocket, sidesteps a defender. Now he's going to try to scramble up the middle, and he has the first down into Leopard territory and gets upended at the 42-yard line. Wow. Picks up 17 on the play.
Well, he's trying that for the gymnastics team as well, guys, huh?
Yeah, but the gymnastics team usually lands better.
Yeah, he almost got his feet under him there.
Yeah, he tried.
I'm going to give him a 7.
And I hadn't seen a 229-pound gymnast if he had all three of them together.
You haven't done Devin Adams either, have you?
How nimble he is, really. He's really been effective with his quick feet. He has been a weapon running the football tonight. I kind of did not expect that against this very quick and fast Blount D.
Yeah, he rushed it 25 times for 67 yards this
year.
Coming in. Yeah. So, of course, you get some sack totals that hurt your rushing, but still not a lot of carries on the year. Quarterback draw, and he's going to be hit and dropped all the way back at midfield as Thomas Timmons read that one perfectly.
And just like a designed run, they go backwards.
Sure.
So when he's just you know, trying to figure it out in the street, he's gaining yards and getting first downs.
Well, that's more what you anticipated. You know, these little quick linebackers are going to stalemate him in terms of running it. But just like you said, when it's design run and their keys tell them that it's going to run, that's why they get him.
They were there.
Yeah, but the keys don't tell you he's going to run when he's in the passing mode.
2nd and 15 for the Wolves as we're inside 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Adams flicks it to the far side. He's got McCants, who's inside the 40, and 3rd down coming up.
Adams ends up on his seat. He just, you know, doesn't give you. It's not like he's showing incredible effort out there. He's able to just flick that ball.
Yeah, we got to determine another word besides poise, because that under describes him.
Yeah, it really does. Really does. That's a good point.
Watch where he gets a little shaken up here. Yeah, looked like his ankle got rolled up on there.
Yeah, turned the way it shouldn't have, but let's pray this young man's okay and stay out here and compete in this big game.
3rd and 5, and a whistle before the snap.
Stop the play usually means something against the offense, so, but here's the explanation.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty.
3rd and 10 now coming up. Hey, how about the great chat we had with Jerome Woods, principal here at Blount High School, before the game down on the track?
Hey, great time with Principal Woods, who is a Murphy guy, by the way.
Played at Tulane.
Played at Tulane as well. Is that
quarterback?
Right? He was, I guess he played with Michael Pierce.
Yeah, they were there together. In fact, yeah, I played against him in a Bama game, matter of fact.
Wow.
Name dropper, Vic. Out of the backfield, Cameron Cole. And now a flag way behind the plays. I think something, it was either roughing the passer or something was said to Adams.
Neither would be a shock.
The only one back there with him was Branton Autry, who started on the offensive side of the football, and now they bring him in on defense.
Correction.
And Hurt's not happy, so it looks like there he is, pointing to his head. So you got to think.
Personal foul by the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run. It will be a 1st down.
That was a little screen pass they set up there. And gives the Vigor Wolves a 1st down. Here it is. Oh, yeah, just a slap to the head.
Of all places.
Yeah, that'll get you every time.
Yep.
1st and 10 from the 20.
One's defense a little bit confused by the trips to the bottom of the field. I still don't think they're lined up correctly.
McCants is up to the top.
If you see it, I bet you Adams does.
Somebody's got to come out here.
Flowers up the middle and takes a big hit, but carries the defender to the 16-yard line.
It's not a bad move when you have a rammer like Flowers. Spread that defense out
and hit him up the gut there in that A-gap.
Exactly.
Another big hit by Rogers here.
Man. Well, Baron Rogers, just as Vic has been saying, really is a guy. But I'll tell you what, the chit-chat at the barbershop is right on point, man.
2nd and 6, Flowers up the middle, was tripped up right at the line of scrimmage, but falls forward as...
Yeah, you're talking about those volunteer coaches. I got to give credit here to Bo Wright. He is a former Alabama player as well, former Blount High player. He's volunteering with the staff, and I kind of pull his ear a little bit and get some info.
Blount on the Blount side.
On the Blount side. Also
Gotcha.
Great for the Buffalo Bills. Used to do some blocking for Thurman Thomas.
3rd and 2. He wasn't the one who moved his helmet, was he?
No, he wasn't. He wasn't that.
Adams on the keeper, and he'll slide this time after he had gotten the 1st down inside the 10.
Yeah, Adams protecting his big body, huh?
Yeah, he's saying, look, I want to get through this one all 4 quarters.
Sure.
It's his contract year. He's trying to figure out where he's going to go next year.
Yeah, somebody's
Knocking on the door.
going to get a good kid and a really talented player.
Boy, he was with us on our pregame show, and just a smile that lit up the entire 100,000 square foot showroom of Eastern Shore Toyota.
Yeah, among the 700, 800,000 that were there, too. That was an amazing sight in itself.
Flowers, stutter steps to about the 6.
You know, if you're wondering about this game, about this rivalry, about why we are here tonight, all you had to do was get a glance at that pregame show, and then you could quickly figure it out. The passion for this game, the passion for these schools.
Well,
Pretty
it's 2
amazing.
minutes, 25 on the clock, and they're still selling tickets at the gate.
Come right in.
Starting to get around the fence line like you guys thought.
The chance of lock it. In the pregame when Vic made his way up to the press box here.
I don't know about that.
Missed
I'm
that.
not one of the school alums, but certainly a proud former Pritchard resident.
2nd and goal from the 6. Adams fires that one, and he's got McCants for the touchdown.
He bobbled it, but he looked it on in. Great concentration by him to gather the football after the DB agitated him there.
That was a very small window.
Yep.
That Adams had to throw that one in. And
Adams thinks all windows are larger than we do.
And the way he just gets it there, it looks like a long handoff.
But perfectly thrown, too,
Yeah.
to the big guy.
Yeah.
Blown away.
Yep. Touch. He didn't fire that one in there. Give this guy a chance to gather the ball in and make the touchdown. Let's take Vigor ahead here.
Abraham Coleman on for the PAT. And it's no good. So each team has missed an extra point. So
hit our camera guy over there. Good pat away by our camera guy.
it's 13-6 with that touchdown. Vigor on top of Blount. Less than 2 minutes to go in the first half. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Pat Greenwood on the sidelines, Jared Kihos in the truck as we're here on the campus of Blount High School.
I don't know how many this stadium holds, but there's that much and then some.
Yeah, it's busting at the seams.
They're still selling the tickets, as Vic Lockett pointed out.
Yeah.
.157 to go here in the first half. And great kick there by Coleman all the way into the end zone. Hey, I want to give you an update from over at the Lip. Daphne jumped out to a 10-0 lead over McGill. And then Harry Satterwhite, continuing where he left off last week with a touchdown pass to Chris Knowles, has made it a 10-7 game.
Ashley Johnson, head guy of the Wolves.
Elevated from the defensive coordinator position to the head job. And Kerry Stevens went on up to Alabama to help us out up there.
Us.
Who is that? Help who?
Yeah, we're glad to have Kerry up there at University of Alabama. We're going to miss him down here.
Coach Mark
the Vigor Wolves.
Coach Mark Freeman was telling a funny Kerry Stevenson story about being up at Alabama before we did the Spanish Fort Daphne game before the game.
And when Vic Lockett's here, every game is a Red Elephant Club meeting.
This is Malik Campbell right up the middle. Will Campbell be able to house this one? The answer is yes for 80 yards.
Did you guys see how he just kind of went into a sprinter's stride there? I mean, head was not bobbling all over the place. Straight up. Slide on past the safety who had an angle on him. He thought was going to catch him. But he just turned his jets on, smoothly continued his path to the end zone.
Instead, Campbell takes it 80 yards on the one-play drive.
Yeah, there's something happening over here on this back door here where they're just getting a man on a man, and that time, it's just not even touched. And the previous time, he had somebody to make him miss, but not this time.
Yeah, DJ Williams had an angle there.
Also, I think that was Thornton he ran by at the line.
It's out.
And the PAT is good, and Blount has tied the game at 13.
I think he juked the All-State defensive end at the line, and from that point, angles were bad. His speed was outstanding. We're all tied up, guys.
I bet he's a track player, a track star, because I mean, that was just too smooth. That was RG3-like how he got in that stride.
Yep. He also smelled that end zone. Speaking of smelling things, one of the worst new traditions to start in high school football is the abuse of baby powder.
Well, it's the abuse of us with the use of baby powder.
You can see it in the screen there. That's the haze you see.
Yes.
It's just like
Jim fanning it away there.
Yeah, it's like we've, we're getting punished at a nursery here. I mean, it is just, it happened at Baker to open things up, and it was really bad.
I thought that was just an anomaly. I thought it was a Baker thing, and that tradition would stay out on the other side of Schillinger Road, and nobody would find out about it.
That thing needs to go away like the Wave did at stadiums.
Yeah.
That thing, we had no use for that.
Well, I forgot about the Wave.
The Wave never made me cough and choke.
Well, fans these days trying to be creative and
we had such
in the game.
We had such a great
different ways.
Barbecue smell wafting in from all the tailgating that had been going on.
That's gone.
And now that's gone.
Been replaced. Johnson & Johnson.
So a 13-13 game with the big play from Malik Campbell. Barron to kick off. This thing just kind of knuckles and squibs. Is it going to go out of bounds? It does. So Vigor again with good field position to the 35. And Pat Greenwood.
Yeah, I think
Pat
he took a lick over there.
Yeah, lost the clipboard, the microphone. Possibly pulled a hammy.
He wants to see the medic now. I see the ambulance lights on.
Hey, I was trying to field the ball. That's what I was trying to do.
Come on,
And
Green.
had a good beat on it.
Yeah, your hands are better.
These players think they have the right to the ball first. What's up with that?
You got better hands than that. Watch this. Watch Pat. I think he's kind of not paying attention. And look at that. So, Vigor with 1:43 left.
We got one of Greenwood's accessories on the clipboard DL. Vigor's been a lot more methodical with their drives. Run, pass, of course, quarterback scramble. But now let's see what sort of mode they go into with a 2-minute drill.
Over the middle, zips that one off, and he's able to get it complete right up near the first down. Is Brandon Rogers with his second catch of the night. He will have the first down.
Beautiful pass, beautiful catch.
And if you're going to nitpick on Adams, I guess it would be that his mechanics are a little laissez-faire because his arm is so good. He doesn't feel like he's got to step into it, really. You see that right there? Flat-footed. You know, and I would think that for the most part, that's a red flag to coaches.
Yeah, he just yanks it out there, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Does it again. He's got McCants to the 48-yard line, and now Vigor goes to the hurry-up.
That's another name in Mobile Pritchard football lore. It's McCants. We've had plenty of those.
Yeah. But I'm sure there's some college coaches that clean up that mechanics when you know you got that raw talent, raw strength like he has.
He's got
size.
it.
How about the size?
Yeah.
And the size.
And poise.
2nd and 3. Adams, this one is dropped. Rogers, the sophomore, unable to hold on to it.
Pass intended for Rogers.
Boy, this has been great so far, huh?
Just 1 minute to go in the second quarter as Adams goes over to the Pritchard sideline to get to the Vigor sideline to get the play.
Yeah, they're not even holding up, and he's just going to blurt it out to the guys and say, this is it.
Not a lot of shots downfield thus far by Vigor.
Nope.
Fake the handoff to Flowers and just buried back at the 40 as LeBaron Rogers again the first one in.
Yeah, he wasn't fooled at all. I was fooled. I thought he got the handoff off, but nope. He's getting a big bear hug from LeBaron Rogers right here.
Yeah, boy, Rogers right now pushing to get on the ballot for player of the game.
Yeah, surprised Blount didn't take a timeout there with that bringing up 4th down. Let's let the play clock and game clock, there's about 10 seconds difference.
Are they just going to take the penalty and allow it to run out? Or
Vigor took the timeout.
Took the timeout.
With 9.4 seconds left. And bring on the punt team coming up at halftime. We'll hear from and hear about our player of the game. Trip Cobb had a couple of touchdown receptions last week. Harry Satterwhite threw 5 of them, 2 of them to Cobb. And he was our UTV 44 player of the game.
You got to wonder how Harry Satterwhite didn't come out on top since he's the guy throwing all the touchdowns. But congratulations to Trip Cobb. Boy, how good did McGill look last week?
Wow, they were dominant over Davidson.
I would say that McGill performance, considering the opponent, was one of the better performances we have seen by a team on UTV 44.
I would agree. Pretty very excited at McGill about what's going on there. Now they're in a tight one tonight. 10-7 last score we heard. They match up against Daphne at the Lip next week. We've got a good one in Vigor's region. We've got St. Paul's and Spanish Fort. That is a rivalry that has grown quickly.
Yeah. They don't exchange a lot of Valentines between those two.
Low snap as it rolls all the way back, and Sam Green thinking about picking it up. And now he'll just take a knee with 3 seconds left, and Blount, well, they let the clock run all the way out here, but boy, there should be some time on the clock.
Yeah, at least 3 seconds. I don't know what he was thinking there. I guess the coaches were saying over there too, and just hang on to the football and take a knee, but...
No, they're saying, the officials are saying there's time left on the clock. Yeah, there should be time left on the clock.
Well, they're going to have to put a halt to the band. They're marching
2 seconds are left on the clock.
Okay.
2 seconds.
Well, that gives Blount a chance to just heave it down there, make something happen.
Yeah, they've got the receivers, and they've shown that they'll throw it deep, so something like that could happen. And we're going to have a Stanford situation if Vigor doesn't get off the field. So.
The Vigor band.
Vigor band will stand in the end zone.
They got to the goal line. It was pretty funny. I mean, they were in complete march mode,
yeah,
too.
they were out past the 10, moving toward the 20.
Well, let me tell you guys now, football games, pretty much 20% of what's going on here tonight.
All right.
These people here definitely are going to get into the halftime show.
Yes, yeah. We'll show as much of that as we can to you.
They are excited about that.
So that was a strange sequence there to bring this first half down to the final 2 seconds.
We've seen some weird endings to halves this year.
And it gives Blount an opportunity here.
3 receivers. And they'll just hand it off. And up the middle, Buffet trying to get to the outside, and he'll lower the shoulder at the 25, and that will bring the first half to a close, and some chirping going on there at the end of that one.
They could have lost Buffet.
And let's quickly go to Pat Greenwood as he's got the head coach of the Blount Leopards.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Coach, you seem to have found something offensively. What seems to be clicking for you guys?
Well, I mean, we just more experienced on offense, and you know, I feel confident in our offense. And you know, defense, we just got to put together a few more stops and, you know, make a good game out of it. It's a good game so far. It's going to be battle of the wheels and who make the least mistake and the least penalties, and we got to get rid of the personal fouls.
Okay, good stuff. Go get them, Coach. We appreciate it. Guys, remember the last 3 years or so, this thing has been awfully close, so no different tonight.
That's why it's the game of the week. It's why we're here. Hey, at the end of tonight's game, we'll vote on some players of the game, but last week, Harry Satterwhite had a big game, but Trip Cobb was the player of the week, receiving all the votes, or the majority of the votes, and scored a couple of touchdowns early in this one in the big win for McGill.
Yeah, a little slot receiver in between those two big guys, Young and Knowles. That's who you think about when you think about McGill out wide, but it was a good athlete in Trip Cobb that was the beneficiary of 2 of Satterwhite's 5 touchdown passes. Harry had a big night, huh?
Yeah, boy, and how about the protection that Harry had all night to get that ball to Cobb and the rest of it. At the end of tonight's game, we'll give you a player of the game to vote on, and you can go to local15tv.com to vote on that. When we come back, we will hear from the Vigor Band, and that comes up right after this on the UTV 44 High School Football Game of the Week. As Big Clock had said, a big part of this rivalry between Blount and Vigor are the bands, and let's go down and enjoy the Vigor Band first. Got to enjoy the Vigor band. Let's get out now and enjoy the home team's band. It's the Blount Leopard marching band here on UTV 44. Packed house for sure on the campus of Blount High School. It's the UTV 44 high school football game of the week between Blount and Vigor, and it's lived up to the billing thus far. Jim Cox, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, exactly what we expected tonight. Close, tight ball game.
Yeah, we don't lie. And those guys out there, nobody's lying around. Everybody's got a motor going, a lot of smacking going on, and a couple of ejections early, which you hate to see. But, you know, this thing is a very, very
emotional powder.
Yeah, it is. It just is what it is. And here's some of the highlights, Jim.
Yeah, Devin Adams got him going early for the Vigor Wolves. The scramble here. Touchdown pass to Rogers in the back of the end zone. That put Vigor on top 7-0. And then right back a 40-yard run by Demetrius Vaughn. And that brought Blount within one. They mixed the extra point. And then Adams is able to go to Keontae McCants, and they missed the extra point. 13-6 there. And then here's the biggest play of the first half. 80 yards by Malik Campbell. And they made the extra point. Campbell showing a second set of speed there as he burst down the far side, and that made it a 13-13 game, and that's where we're at to open things up. And things pretty even on the score sheet. See the rushing yards, Blount with that 80-yard run, a lot there. Total yardage 139 to 179. No turnovers in that first half, and that's where we're at right now. Adams 7-11 for 79 yards and a couple of touchdown passes. Now has 11 on the year. Flowers 41 yards on the ground. One carry, 80 yards. That helps the average if you're Malik Campbell.
Yes, it does, and it helps the team because it got in the end zone.
Well, it's been methodical with Vigor and explosive with Blount.
It has, exactly.
Abraham Coleman will send this one all the way back to the 1-yard line. Purdue trying to get to the far side, cuts it back, and he's going to be brought down short of the 20. And let's go down to Pat Greenwood. Pat.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Talked to Coach Johnson coming out of that Vigor locker room. He said, look, it's pretty obvious we've got to stop the quarterback. They haven't been doing that so far. He said they've made some adjustments. He's got a plan A and a plan B, and he said that they'll figure out pretty quickly if they can stop him. So offensively, he challenged his guys. He said, look, Blount has the ability to put points on the board pretty quickly, as you better be able to match him.
There's Ashley Johnson, who's the defensive coordinator of this team for the past 3 years before taking over the head coach this year.
It's interesting. Both those big plays, one got called back, the other one 80 yards for the touchdown right at Thornton.
This is Bethea, the DeLorean. Now he's got a big run. Will Bethea be able to house this one? 82 yards, and yes.
Well, this Blount Leopards are picking up where they left off. As I just said, they've been explosive. All of their touchdowns has been, what, at least 40 yards and above. This one here goes for, what, 60, 70?
82 yards on that one. So a 40, 80, and an 82. And again, untouched.
He got a big, good block there on the end. And once he made that move and that cut there, he was just off to the races.
Ironic that his name is DeLorean, because there he went.
And into the end zone, and one play from scrimmage.
Yeah, we're talking about the DeLorean car. That run was dope.
And that kick doesn't have to be blocked. It never got off the ground. So PATs continue to be an issue here, but it's 19-13. As Vic was saying, big plays, 40 yards, 80 yards, 82 yards, and watch right here. Got the great block on the edge. And DeLorean Bethea was gone. And so a little punch, counter punch.
Yeah, Vigor still got their heads maybe in halftime. Got to wake up and play defense immediately. Otherwise, Blount's knocking on the door of a touchdown, Dan.
What a statement to make. First play of the second half, and this big crowd. They were already energized by the Blount band there at the end of halftime.
Sure, yeah. Jubilant on one side, silence on the other side. But we're over here on the jubilant side of Blount. And I tell you what, they are shaking this entire press box. It may register on the Richter scale after a while.
It's registering on mine. That's all that counts, really.
We are white-knuckling it up here just to
maintain balance.
It's kind of like, I guess nothing's going to happen, but do we know for sure?
So Barron will kick off. Leopards with their first lead in this game. And of course, just joining us 14 in a row as Rogers will take this at the 15. Now Rogers makes a move, and he's looking to get to the outside, and here goes Rogers And he's pulled down at the 45-yard line. Make it the 46. 29 yards for Brandon Rogers.
Yeah, he almost got the corner there, except he was yanked out of bounds there at the last very second. Great play there. Speed to come back and get him.
Good field position for the Vigor Wolves.
Yeah, it sets up Devin right here close to his side of the football field, so he'll go back to work, and he's at the helm and definitely in control, isn't he, Dan?
Yes, he's been, again, poised, not even the word.
Flowers takes the handoff. He'll push it out near midfield. He's wrapped up there by Charles Phalo, who's had a good game defensively for Blount.
That's the one thing they've been able to do is hand it to that guy and get 3 or 4 yards to start, you know, just about any set of downs, and that puts Devin in a better position, distance and down-wise.
Yeah, second and manageable, third and manageable.
Right.
And like we've said, he's been methodical in handling his offense, and he is definitely in the control room.
2nd and 8 for Adams and the Wolves, ranked number 6 in 5A. Miscommunication on the handoff there, and Adams just has to fall on it back at the 46.
Yeah, busted play there. Looks like he wanted to give, but the back didn't take. So he was left with the football and was staring down the purple shirts, and he said, hey, I give up right here. If you guys win, we'll go to the next play.
Yeah, he thought Flowers was going to take it, and then that was LeBaron Rogers coming in there again. And so 3rd and 11 coming up.
What else is new with LeBaron Rogers tonight, huh? What a game he's had.
He's been very disruptive. Now we'll stack 2 receivers to the top and the bottom of your screen. And this one's going to tack on 5 more. And you get a good look at LeBaron Rogers, the senior linebacker. Wow, Juan Capos was wind up in the neutral zone. So instead of what we thought was going to be about a 3rd and 16, will be a
by the defense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
3rd and about a long 5. For Caples, who's had good pressure back there with a sack tonight. In the neutral zone.
Still a manageable down, though, just 3rd and about 6.
Adams with a pocket, was looking downfield. Now fires this one over the heads of everybody and incomplete.
Yeah, that one kind of got away from him. He tried to maneuver around the pocket and find an open receiver. Looks like he wanted to go deep. It must not have been there.
Yeah, he was looking deep first, right? He was going to go far sideline deep, and then it was not there to his liking. He's getting banged up a little bit right now. Also, they you know, they kind of were spoiled with some great field position there and come away with nothing. Unless they're going to possibly go for it here.
I saw Devin walk off, or he's still making his way to the sideline. And now they'll start the play clock, and they'll have to make a decision. Looks like they're going to go ahead and punt it out of there.
Yeah, they've got a good punter, Sam Green. He's punted it well tonight and all season. And Antonio Wright back at about the 12. They kick it away from him, and it gets behind him. And Vigor will down this one at the 4. Good work by Sam Green. Don't forget, you can follow us on Facebook. Search UTV 44 High School Football Game of the Week, and you can read all about our upcoming game, get a recap of the previous week's game, and look at our players of the game and nominations and all kinds of other fun high school football facts. Follow us on Facebook all season long.
All right, Blount's at their own 4-yard line, but judging by the big plays so far tonight, they got them right where they want them.
Sure, yeah.
At their own 4, they've been ripping off big plays. Both or 2 of their touchdowns were for 80 yards plus.
Yeah,
and
this
the other
just
one
gives them more room to work with.
Exactly. And again, you look at this huge crowd tonight at Matty T. Blount.
Looking to throw out of the end zone is Campbell. He's got King to the near side, and he'll just throw that one away. And Greenwood takes that one off the back. That's 2 tonight. That ball hit Greenwood right in the shoulder blade.
Yeah.
And he hit Jamarcus King. I mean, Pat had good coverage on King over there.
And
but
he looked afraid of it. He's just running away.
Yeah, I wasn't afraid of the ball. I was afraid of the dude coming at me at 120 miles an hour.
I don't blame you there, Greenwood. You don't have a bit of equipment on, brother.
Speaking of equipment, how about how the Vigor Wolves were helped by so many people in the Mobile and Pritchard community. They had a shoulder pad drive. They had a number of serious shoulder injuries last year, and they really thought it was an equipment problem.
Yep.
Shoulder pads too old and not up to snuff, and they were able to raise enough money where everybody got a new set of shoulder pads. But that's the difference when we're talking about a school like Vigor that struggles with what other schools take for granted.
Yep, and you have to do so much more with less.
Well, that was a blessing that these communities came together and helped them out.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, Vaughn in the backfield. And behind Campbell. They'll give it to him up the left side, and he's got a big hole, and Vaughn a first down across the 20.
Yeah, he was close to breaking that one as well, so.
16 yards.
Suddenly
True to form.
these safeties have got a lot of work on their hands all of a sudden.
Yeah, because they're getting to the second level just with one jab step, and there it is there. It's time for the safeties and secondaries to save touchdowns.
Ricardo Rivers made the stop.
Got a first down here.
Campbell gives it off to Vaughn, trying to get around the near edge. He'll be hit at the 20, breaks free, and finally pushed out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Sam Green had him, and he stepped away from there and stepped out of bounds at the 25.
Chris Hughes from the backside, 22, almost makes a play in the backfield, but not quite. He penetrates right there. And look at this guy break tackles because that low center of gravity is one of those, where do you hit him?
It's like a fire hydrant.
Yeah, good luck trying to knock that off post.
2nd and 5. Vaughn. And now they'll bring King and line him up at tailback in behind Campbell. And looking over the middle, wide open, overthrew him. Wow, he had Charles Shepard, the sophomore tight end.
Yeah, they fooled him with the formation. With that receiver lining up in the backfield, got the DBs concentrating on that.
Yep.
And they slipped this guy out, had him for another touchdown, just wasn't able to connect.
Pat Greenwood.
Charles Crawford and Samuel Green, the 2 DBs back there having a little conversation after that one. And, boy, you don't get many more gift wrap like that, do you?
Yeah, that was another long play touchdown. That would have been just 75 yards.
Yeah, but that was obviously one for the taking.
Well, you can rest assured that Coach Hurt's going to hold that one in his back pocket and do it again at some point.
3rd and 5. They did not get the play off. Delay a game will make it 3rd and 10.
Dead ball. Delay a game by the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
That was a quick one to me as well.
And if you would have told me that this Blount offense would have been full of some big plays today to this point, and the fact that Jamarcus King wasn't part of any of them yet, I mean, they still got that guy in their pocket.
Sure.
He hasn't sprung one yet, but he's very capable.
How about the other side? No big plays out of Justin Thornton defensively from Vigor either.
Early on, I thought he was playing pretty well in the first period, and then they actually started running some counters right at him and past him.
3rd and 10. Campbell looking down the sideline for Lee. Airs that one up, and good coverage all the way down the sideline. And DJ Williams, who's got 3 picks on the year, was stride for stride with Lee on that one.
Well, that was great coverage, Vic.
Yeah, I mean, the DB just had him blanketed there, and the pass was really uncatchable anyway. But certainly, if it would have been on the money, we would have been a toss-up who was going to come up with it.
Vaughn will punt from back inside his own 10.
Well, Hurt liked the idea of the jump ball since Lee's 6'2", and the guy covering him, Williams, was just 5'7". We got to that point.
Nearly blocked, and I think they did get maybe a piece of it. They did get a piece of it as the pressure was coming right through. I think it's Jonathan Hill, the senior. Let's see. I think he gets a piece of this. Kind of a wobbly snap.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe just off the side of the foot.
Influenced the kick, but he got, but the reason we made think that he got it was Vaughn. The kicker got run into, and there was no flag.
True. That's true.
And so that's why I thought,
yep,
Hill got a piece, but instead it goes to the 35, and great field position here for the Vigor Wolves.
Yeah, you don't need to help Devin Adams out as much at all, because he'll probably take advantage of this short field.
Up the middle, Cameron Cole gets right back to the line of scrimmage. Vigor came out in this game and really didn't throw it around much early in the game. Very conservative play calling, if you remember, running the ball, running the ball, running the ball.
Yeah, nobody, especially Vigor, they're not trying to trick anybody on offense. Vic Lockett, I mean, to this point, they may have some things in their back pocket, but they've really, really tried to just tempo, get to the line, take their time. Actually, not a quick tempo, but get to the line and power the football past Blount. It's had some mixed results.
Yeah, they've got a senior quarterback, and, we know how he's playing it, methodical.
Adams rolls out, flings this one up for grabs. He's got McCants inside the 10 who can't hold on to it. That one was hung up in the air for a while. And Thomas Timmons was all the way back covering on that one. Adams got flushed out. It's Rogers again.
Yeah, well, thrown off the back foot again, thrown on the run. He laid it up there so Timmons could come back to make the play. He never got his head around to the ball.
Well, you talk about throwing off his back foot with Devin Adams. I mean, I haven't seen him pull through any passes.
No.
That's just his style of play.
Right.
I mean, it's all on.
They'll bring up 3rd and 10. So they've yet to move it forward here on the first 2 downs with this great field position from the 35. Adams, pressure from the blind side, and he's going to be dropped all the way back at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, even being wrapped up, he thought he still could make a play, but then a couple more Leopards got to him, and he said, no, let me just tuck it away and secure the football.
Yeah, Snell was the first one who came in. It takes more than just him to bring him down.
Well, these linebackers are exactly what the intel that Vic Lockett got during the week. Spot on these linebackers who have, not the biggest guys, but pesky, fast, and tough.
Yeah, and I know his mother, Prissy Snell, she's probably really proud of his play tonight. And let me tell you, she's not a cool customer either.
Oh, this is a bad punt. Goes out of bounds to Sam Green. See where they marked this one. The official still walking up, so they went. They'll mark it to the 22, so that'll be a 15-yard punt. Started at the 35, and they go backwards and back to the 41.
This is a guy that was a head coach at the age of 29 up in Citronelle.
Had a good run up there. Wow, Vigor sputtering offensively here in the second half. Give around the far side. Bethea, make it Vaughn. Vaughn out at midfield, and now Vaughn with a cutback looking for a block from Lee. Vaughn all the way to the far side, inside the 10. In for the touchdown. 77 yards.
Well, just as you say, Vigor's offense sputters, Blount offense continues its trend of being explosive. This time the safety did have a good angle on him, but he was just overpowered right there at the end by the back, taking it on in for the touchdown as the monitor's about to shake off the table here on top of the press box.
How about the distances? Dimitri Vaughn is all the way at the left sidelines and ends up stepping inside the end zone, almost all the way over at the right pylon.
Yeah, he's being physically attacked from about the 12-yard line on, and they just can't get him down.
Yeah, Dwight Williams, 165.7 just was outweighed there, and about a 217 Demetrius Vaughn.
Blount wants to go for 2 here, and now they're going to have to take a timeout for the PAT. They were.
Well, all they've been talking about, guys, is stopping this streak, and
guess what?
They're trying to do it.
They're
making a case for it.
They ran it at Thornton again.
Yep.
They're not shying away from 4.
Yeah, he must be a backside player, so.
Wow.
As he stretches the ball out there, trying to get it across the pylon. That's great talent there.
Pat Greenwood.
Well, you guys have been alluding to it up there where you are on top of the press box. You know, we've been in a lot of stadiums and done a lot of games on this game of the week. I would be hard-pressed to find a game that has been this loud. Maybe McGill-Daphne a couple of years ago when T.J. Yeldon was still with Daphne.
Yep.
That may rival this, but I'll tell you, start to finish, the noise here has been incredible, especially on this Blount side. I'll tell you what, it's been a great crowd this evening.
Well, boy, they've had so many big plays to cheer about.
They've got something to cheer about. The other side, you know, is a sleeping giant, so I imagine they'll explode here as soon as something good happens with the Wolves.
Yeah, they've had it bottled up for 14 years, too, right?
Yeah.
Waiting to get a win in this thing.
And that shot there is a rather calm area. And trust me, that's not what's going on across the
They'll go for two. In motion goes King. They fake to him, flag down, trying to get around the edge is Campbell, and he slips down. We'll see what the penalty flag was. It looks like it's going to be against Blount here. There's a legal shift against Blount, so that'll be declined, and the PAT no good. So it's 25-13, 6.5 to go in the third. This one, 77 yards for Demetrius Vaughn. He's got a 40-yarder earlier tonight, and he's got 2 touchdowns on these 2 long runs. A huge happy crowd right now at Blount. 25-13, the Leopards on top with 4 big play touchdowns here tonight. 14 years it's been since they've beat their rival Vigor.
And they're still selling a few tickets as people are still trickling in.
And this one a squib kick, and all kinds of bad news here. See, Blount was offside on the kick.
Ball will be brought out to the 35-yard line.
And it goes out of bounds. So
that's why Adam and the Pack will put it together. 1st and 10.
Public address announcer Santee Gamble, former head coach at Blount. He keeps them real entertained here.
And he's not afraid to call out the officials if they miss something on the PA.
He's it.
He's worth the price of admission himself.
He really is, man. He's great.
Yeah, Santee Gamble been around here many, many years, a fixture in the Pritchard area.
So they will move the kickoff back to the 35 here on the penalty.
In case you've never been out here, he's not your meat and potatoes variety of public address announcer down in distance.
And
we've heard all about usher days at all the Baptist churches and things like that. Fish plate raffles and everything.
And don't have your pants be baggy here.
That's right. Don't
no sagging.
Up the middle, the return. Vigor will have good field position all the way out at the 40-yard line as Cameron Cole carries that one actually to the 41.
I mean, that's all they've had here in the first half. Their own 45, Blount's 35, and they've squandered it away twice. This thing is really twisted completely 180 since Vigor had a lead of 13-6 back in the second period.
Yeah, Blount came out of the half with that first play to explode onto the scene, and just like we said, they're just picking up where they left off in the first half, having all explosive plays.
Adams with Flowers in the backfield. Adams looking to throw pressure. Heaves it out on the far side. Nearly picked it. It is. Dominic Burton. Pick 6. Touchdown.
Wow. Yeah, he just read his eyes. He kind of slung it out there just like he does off his back foot. Feet are parallel. This time he didn't put a whole lot of mustard on it.
And the pressure coming.
Yep, he was being agitated, but Dominic Burton again with another splash play now coming from the defensive side of the ball for Blount.
First interception this year thrown by Adams.
Well, I said at the top of that telecast, if he's going to put it up, it's going to be in harm's way. This time, Dominic Burton is the recipient of it and takes it in for the touchdown.
Dungy had the pressure.
Please do not stand on the rails. Please do not stand on the rails.
Got an injured Leopard
And the crowd is just really excited. And
It's like
Santee Gamble trying to calm them down just a hair bit.
Looks like the good news is looks like Jiker Snell is just cramping up there in the end zone.
Yeah, let's pray this young man's okay. You know, Prissy's in a tizzy, but it's just a cramp. Prissy Snell, he'll be all right and get back in here and compete in the football game. We're proud how your son is playing tonight, and I know you are.
So Blount with another big play. That one 44 yards. Dominic Burton.
Ladies and gentlemen, please do not stand on the
Touchdowns of 40 yards on the ground, 80 yards, 82-77. Then this one right here. The pick six. Dungy there with the pressure. Dominic Burton with the interception. And it's 31-13 Blount.
I really think the story has been this pressure they put on Adams. Adams has, gotten a little banged up now where he's not as elusive as he was earlier, right, Vic Lockett?
Yeah, he's protecting himself just a little bit.
Right, and so the pressure really affecting Adams now, trying to strong-arm that, those throws. And you talked about how this Blount team can take it away, and now they have.
Yeah, they're getting the splash plays now defensively to complement the offense. So I'll tell you what, Coach Hurt and his group and that bunch is feeling real good about themselves with 6:12 left on the clock in this third quarter.
I will remind you, there's 6:12 left on the clock in the third quarter.
Yes.
And again, the Leopards will go for two. Campbell, pressure in the backfield, escapes one, now trying to get to the edge, and he does, and he's got the 2 points, and there's a flag, but I think it's going to be a hold on Lee.
Yeah, on the edge there, he held on to him.
Yeah, looked like
real smart there.
Let's see what that's all about.
Could have not made that play, and his quarterback probably would have took care of that last defender.
Let's watch here. Yeah, looked like he was going to get in. That one was a pretty clear-cut holding call, and now Blount, who's had trouble kicking the ball, they're going to try to kick a long one.
Holding on the offense, 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. We'll replay the try.
Yeah, DeCardo Rivers was being held there, and he was quite upset about it. Sure he is, getting frustrated with this margin that Blount is now set between the scores, and defensively you want to make a difference. Now we're going to see what kind of character these Vigor Wolves have and get back in this game and make it competitive. Because right now all the momentum is on the home team crowd, which is the Blount Leopards right now.
How about this? Now they're going to have Jamarcus King try the 29-yard PAT.
And the refs look at each other.
Yeah, they're all looking at each other.
Man, he didn't give us a signal at all.
They're still not sure.
Well, the guy that's on the side pointed to the other ref, and okay, now he gives us a haphazardly decline.
The offense before the play.
Okay.
The play will be replayed after a 5-yard penalty.
Oh, okay.
Now
so there was an infraction which made him not even count or even say what the signal was going to be.
So now they're going to have the third attempt at the PAT.
Well, you've got kickoff teams, kickoff return teams going out on the field, so the word didn't get to either bench.
That was offside before the start of the play. Let's listen in. Yeah, they're going to have to redo this again, and neither team knows.
No, nobody's in the know, except the know, all of you sitting at home have got a better understanding of what's happening right here.
And we're here live and don't have it even better, huh?
Nobody in the stands, certainly on the sidelines, don't seem to know.
Greenwood's got some insight.
Well, you know,
put a 10 over this circus for us, would you, Greenwood?
Well, if they just keep the penalties up, they can just kick it from where the tee was in the first place. You know? I mean, it's but yeah, it's interesting how we figured out immediately what's going on. But I'll tell you, it is so loud down here, and that's both sides. I was on the Vigor side just a second ago, and it's still loud over there. They haven't turned down the noise, but it's tough to communicate down here. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But I don't know if I've ever seen an extra point this long.
Well, the noise right now that I'm feeling in here, and it's from the band, and they have not sat down or put their instruments down, I don't think, since I came into the stadium.
Yeah, so now they'll just go for 2 here from the 16. Antonio Wright to the top of the screen in the slot is King. They've not really gone his way. He goes in motion. And Campbell looking for one-on-one, looking for Lee into the end zone. 2-point conversion. He's got it.
Yeah, that height difference. He just climbed the ladder and took the football from above the rim.
What a throw by Campbell. Got the single coverage and put it up high. And Antonio Lee, the 6'2" receiver, goes up and gives Blount a 20-point lead halfway through the third. I don't think anybody saw this one coming.
No, not even after a period and a half of the, or even up to the half itself. We did start to see Blount, you know, chip some big cracks in that Vigor defense with big plays. But we didn't know it was going to continue. We thought maybe some adjustments would be made by Vigor. Would start to snuff that out. Not been the case.
On with a kick. Cameron Cole bobbles this one at the 15. And he's out to about the 28-yard line. Boy, Vigor's got to get something going on offense. They have been just atrocious here in the second half. You said squander the good field position and then the pick 6. And they have not really shown they can move the ball downfield.
Oh, Vic can speak to this, but it's been all the action up front. You know, it all begins up front. You hear coaches say that all the time. And right now, the penetration by this Blount team, including those active linebackers, in the face of a quarterback who's now hobbled up a little bit. A lot of problems that Vigor can't fix.
Yeah, he's starting to feel the heat, Devin, a little bit. And they just like you guys said, they're not getting anything going.
Now they know he's got to throw the ball around the yard. It's Flowers. Takes it up the middle. He's got a first down across the 40.
Still plenty of time left in the game. I don't think they need to totally abandon the run game.
No, I don't think you want to totally abandon the run game when you've got Flowers, too. And again, that was a different way of looking at it. Instead of going power, they spread everybody out and try to see if Flowers can pick his way and maybe make a big play himself. I mean, this is a young kid that Nick Saban likes enough to offer, so, you know, there's talent there.
Sure, yeah, get a couple of first downs and then he can throw it.
They set up a little bubble screen on the far side. First time we've seen that one tonight.
You know, one thing I'm seeing tonight is such an enthusiasm, especially on this Blount defense. They just seem to be flying around. There seems to be maximum effort on every play.
Oh, yeah, they're swarming, no doubt. Swarming to the football. And that's good coaching there when you get 11 guys to the football.
Aaron Rodgers, you see him, number 30. He's had a great game, as has Charles Falo, number 34. Play clock down to 5, and Adams pressure from Cables, and he'll get tripped up. Gets right back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, he had pretty good protection there for a minute, and the receivers just covered there. It looks like it was just a 2-man route, so there's no one to throw it to.
That's another thing. You know, I've just not seen any of these Vigor receivers running free downfield. They've not been able to beat people one-on-one.
And even when they have been getting open, you know, Devin has been fitting them into tight spaces. It's time they come out with twins on each side. Let's see what comes here.
3rd and 8. Adams steps up, nobody around him. He's hit high and low and often.
Yeah, these receivers look like they're running these deep routes, and they just got them blanketed back there in the secondary, not giving them any space or separation at all.
Kadreen Toney was in there, and Adams slowly meanders over toward the Vigor bench.
Yeah, you know, I can see why he has so few interceptions, because he's just kind of shaking up a little bit. He's for certain when he throws it that he's going to complete it. He's not throwing anything up for grabs so far. Even the interception was going to someone.
Antonio Wright. Watch this one scurry down the sideline.
You know, earlier we saw number 12 for Vigor on the sidelines, not dressed out. Deshaun Davis, the linebacker, also committed to Auburn, gone for the year with a serious leg injury back in the spring.
Yeah, he saw me before the game, and he told me, hey, where do I need to go? I can handle this job you got. I said, go get it, big man, and I handed him my clipboard.
Davis?
Yes, he did.
He's a friendly kid.
Yeah, he's a great kid. I'm glad to get a chance to meet him.
He kind of gave me a tour of the school last year when I went to visit Cary preseason. He gave me a little tour of the school, and then I got a chance to sit down with him and Devin. Things aren't going the Wolves' way today.
Yeah, not at the moment.
And that's why.
And before the whistle gets off, hey, how about this? McGill had regained the lead over Daphne 21-17 as we look here tonight. Look at those. 12 rushes total for 241 yards between the two of them.
Yeah, that's big plays.
Now, that's embarrassing to a defense there when you get two backs over 100 yards. So
the defense that looked pretty good to start this game.
Yeah. That statistic there is definitely not good.
So 1st and 15. We'll get back to that Daphne McGill score update for you here after this play. Campbell has time over the middle of the field. Vic said they'd go that way again, and they do to Shepard, and he's got the first down.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the, you know, these coaches, they know when they got something going, they feel good about it. They're going to throw it back at the defense. Like to me, runs this a skinny post outlet slot position. Ball behind him just a little bit, but he still gathers it in, being the athletic athlete he is.
McGill had taken a 21-17 lead over Daphne with 11 minutes to go in that one, and then Daphne promptly takes the kickoff back for a touchdown, 24-21. Daphne with the lead over McGill.
Team's got a lot of team speed. Daphne High School Trojans.
Get on the right side. It's the first time tonight that we have seen Leonard Fincher come in to carry the football.
Yeah, I thought he had some daylight there, but Sam Green shut the lights down and closed it up real quick there.
They got Keontae McCann's playing some defense now for the Vigor Wolves, the big tight end. I don't know if it's because of attrition or they're just trying to get
when he looks
better athletes on the field.
He looks right at home at that position, doesn't he?
He sure does.
Looks like he could play there.
Yep. Alex Brown was telling me pregame he can.
2nd and 8. Campbell. That one goes off the hands. There's an intended receiver there, Charles Shepard, the sophomore.
Good decision with the football. The blitz came from that side, which left the man unaccounted for and open over there. Just couldn't make the delivery and catch.
3rd and 8.
A little look at Coach Hurt there. He's feeling good about his group.
27 unanswered points scored by Blount.
All splash plays.
King in motion. Set up the screen. They get it to King, looking for a block up the middle of the field. Just lost his footing. And a late flag comes in at the end of that one.
Yeah, I think he's getting footing inadvertent
face mask that may extend the drive. We'll see, we'll see how much
really
they mark off.
Yeah, wasn't nothing really egregious there. He ducked his head down into the tackling area and just caught his face mask. I don't even think he grabbed it. He just really hit his face.
Face mask against the defense. 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, take a look at it again. You know, the real elusive Green there, and just jumps back around and then just really slapped it there. He doesn't mean to pull it. He was trying to grab him in his waist area. And I think they went with the 5 yards.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Not all 15.
Yeah, 3rd and 3.
And just for a minute here, the crowd quiets down until we resume play.
Not sure what the officials had to have the conversation about there, but 3rd and 3 coming up for Campbell and the Leopards.
They were checking to see who's buying dinner tonight.
Keep it on the near side, and Bethea able to get to the outside. He's got a first down. This one going to come back.
Partially, anyway.
Yep.
One official throw, but on nasty yellow red again.
They're just getting to that second level now at will on the run. They're just really winning at the line of scrimmage, Vic Lockett.
Yeah, let me tell you who's setting it up. Demetrius Vaughn, number 5. I mean, he's coming around there and just kicking out on the end man, whoever appears there, whether it's a linebacker or a cornerback. And the back just cuts off his butt, and there's space.
Still got enough for the first down, by the way, guys.
There he is kicking out there, and he just cuts off his butt, and there's space.
Still got the first down. Instead of being down at the 39, it'll back it up to the 49, but on 3rd and 3, they do convert.
How about this? Vigor had the lead, 13-6, and since then, 80-yard run, 82-yard run, 77-yard run, 44-yard run, all for Blount.
Yeah, the 44-yard was a pick six.
That's right.
Campbell with a hard count. Delory and Bethea will pick up a couple.
I think if he would have stayed play side and came onto his end, he may have had a play there. Decided to cut it up there in the trash, and he got dirty.
I think you're going to see a veteran coach like Mark Hurt.
I'm going to call that money for
take their time. They don't have to be in a hurry as far as the play clock and all that. They go pretty quick here, but they can milk it as much as they want at this point. Let's see if Malik's going to do that, and he is going to take his time, at least get down to 10, Jim.
You want to shorten this game as
good thinking.
Much as possible. Snap it at 5. And this is Vaughn up the middle, and Vaughn makes a move, and he's got another Blount Leopard first down to the 33 with a 16-yard pickup.
I mean, Blount feels like they're in a nightmare right now, you know? They have no answers, and we still have a quarter to go and some change. And this is a tired defense right now.
You could see kind of just grabbing on defense, trying to, not really there at the point of contact.
No, and they're just getting knocked off the line to give these big backs. When I say big, they may not be tall, but they're thick. Give them space. Get them to that second level.
It's not a minute to go here in the 3rd. Again, Campbell brings the play clock all the way down to 3. Good penetration that time, and spinning all the way back is Bethea trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but I think we've got that, and then a hold on top of it.
Do you have your tickets out? Do you have your tickets out?
So this is going to...
Last three numbers.
Going to bring up a
0, 2.
Big loss as the holding call came all the way back like at the 39-yard line.
You know, in the beginning of the game, it was a pretty clean game with no penalties, but just been a flurry of them here lately.
Holding on the Leopards. Toss them 10. Last three numbers.
All the way back
0
to the 49-yard line. First and about 27.
Yeah, they've got quite a distance to go to pick up the first down. But they own the first down, so they got 3 opportunities.
Campbell fires it out. He's got Shepard. Shepard brought down inbounds.
You know, great recognition by Malik Campbell. You know, they bringing pressure from that side, so he's creating an open receiver, so he just delivers it to him out there.
That'll probably be the last play,
you know,
here for 3rd quarter.
Coming in, guys, all the talk, including with me, was about Devin Adams, quarterback at Vigor High School, who's had a great career, but what a game Campbell's had tonight.
Yeah, he has showed up and been showing out.
That'll bring the quarter to a close. We are through 3 here. Does the streak end tonight? 12 minutes away are those young men from snapping a 14-game losing streak to their opponents, their crosstown rivals, the Vigor Wolves. But we got 12 minutes of football left before we decide this one. Huge crowd here tonight, the Battle of Pritchard, and it's all Blount so far. 33-13, second. And 22 coming up. Malik Campbell, the senior quarterback, trying to make history. And let's look here. It looked like on the near side that I had one of the Wolves jump off. Let's get the call, but instead it's going to be against Blount. That'll move him back 5. Let's get on to Pat Greenwood. Pat.
Well, guys, taking a look right now at Wilson Bell. Of course, you remember he's a former Blount offensive lineman now at Florida State. I wanted to do an interview with him. He said, I'm not sure if the freshman can talk to the media. I said, well, don't get yourself in trouble. but here's what he's doing. He's a second-string tackle already at Florida State. Of course, the Seminoles are up in Boston College this weekend. He's dealing with a little MCL issue, but says he'll be back next week. But I'll tell you what, a guy that is going to make a contribution on the collegiate level is that guy right there. And, of course, he's here to watch his Blount Leopards maybe break that 14-year streak.
Do something that never happened while he was here at school. 14 penalties for 115 yards against Blount tonight. Campbell with pressure in the backfield, and Arthur Quinney, leading sacker on this team, is back in there to put the pressure on. Yeah, we got some other alumni at, I know on the Daphne sideline tonight. Pat White, Washington Redskin quarterback, is watching that game.
I think he was released. I think Pat was released a couple of weeks ago.
Ooh, I'm not sure about that one, Vic Lockett.
Yeah, they had to make some roster moves, and I think they did release him.
Well, the press release that went out today then was wrong. I'll just say the press release that I got today at 3:45 was.
Cox tries to swim to shore.
Well, I'm just go by what is read as this one's thrown out. That's Antonio Wright, sophomore, with the catch on 3rd down, but he's going to be forever short of the 1st down.
Well, you talk about alumnus before the game. I don't know if Coach Hurst told you guys, but one of my old teammates, University of Alabama and old Dallas Cowboy, Sherman Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Spoke to the team prior to breakfast, I think, this morning to inspire these Blount Leopards, and he's on the way to getting his life turned around, and he wanted to come back to his old stomping ground and inspire these guys and tell them some direction.
Boy, people talk about when he played high school football, how it was just like nobody you'd ever seen before.
And how about
I watched it.
They need to bring him back. They need to get him breakfast every Friday.
Sure.
If this is the result.
Bond to punt. Flowers back at the 10. And that one goes past Flowers and into the end zone.
It's a touchback. The ball rolls into the end zone. It'll be balled out through the...
Don't forget at the end of tonight's game, boy, we've got a long list of players to try to whittle through to find out who we're going to put up for nominations for player of the game tonight.
You're not kidding.
At the end of the game, we will give you 3, and you'll be able to vote on who will be this week's United Reynolds.
Well, 2 of them are going to be those running backs, I'm certain.
Boy, Campbell has played great.
Yep. And how about on the defense?
No doubt.
I'll tell you one thing. Defensively
Rogers.
for Blount, I would have to say LeBaron Rogers has played as well as anybody. They've been so disruptive.
Dominic Burton had the
big pick.
Yeah, pick 6. Snell's played good from the linebacker position.
You may notice we haven't mentioned a Vigor name yet. That's because it's 33-13 Leopards.
Inside pitch. Nowhere to go on that one for Avery and Coleman.
Vigor now is getting a bit creative.
Easy.
And now that was Phalo going with Joshua Williams.
Williams, a good-looking athlete, 6'3", 280, the right tackle.
And they are telling Phalo to come off the field, and he is staying on there. Now finally he'll come off.
Yeah, even Jerome Woods, the principal, is pulling him off. He's starting to substitute players in when they this unsportsmanlike conduct.
By the way, congratulations. I just want to hats off to Principal Jerome Woods and head coach Mark Hurt. His field, which a couple of years ago did not look very good at all, is just...
Flowers hit and dropped immediately as Thomas Timmons comes from his linebacker position to make the stop.
They've transformed this playing surface into one of the best fields we've seen.
Yeah, it was totally re-turfed it after that. We were here a couple years ago, and it was just in awful shape and totally turfed it, put in the irrigation system, and now it's a gem, and the whole stadium just looks just wonderful as you come here on a Friday night.
And it really looks good with folks in the seats.
I was just going to say, you know, what a crowd.
Crowd starting to exit a little bit over on the far side.
Yeah, thinning out, it says, you know.
Well, that's going to be typical. You know, a lot come to see the halftime.
3rd and 7. This one complete. Be good coverage and well short.
Brandon Rogers did a heck of a job to hang on to that football.
They're going to mark him actually about a yard short.
The DBs were just draped all over him. He still managed to catch the football and hang on to it, and they're going to see on the first down.
That spiral from Adams, by the way, just a thing of beauty.
Flat-footed, feet parallel.
My mistake, he does get the first down there.
I was going to say, all of that for nothing, because he got whaled.
8.5 to go, but again, we have not seen Vigor take any shots downfield.
No.
Give it off Flowers up the middle. And Flowers spins to the 43, and he'll have another first down.
And again, Flowers, the running back with all the accolades coming in, Vic Lockett. But you look at the pair from Blount, they've been the stars.
Sure. Yeah, he's been consistent in getting some serviceable yards, but, you know, they're playing from behind now, and they're reading a real big play from him.
He can still deliver.
Adams slings it on the far side, and it goes off the hands of Rudolph Hale, the junior receiver.
And Rudolph took his eyes off the football, let it get into his body, and luckily that popping up in the air didn't turn into another interception.
You know, human nature's so funny, guys. You know, it's 33-13. Everybody can see the scoreboard. The Vigor side is peeling out. The Blount side says, yeah, we know it's a 20-point game, but we want to hang around.
This is still a party.
And I'm telling you, and it's good. You know, they want to be there for the final whistle where the streak is broken.
2nd and 10, and they pitch it to the inside. And another big hit laid on right out another first down marker as Coleman takes that little inside pitch.
Yeah, Vigor now is getting creative with their offense, trying to get that splash play with that little shovel pass there, but they're just picking up minimal yardage, and the linebackers and Blount just tackling them.
Coleman, the scat back, really got nailed on that one.
Up the middle goes Flowers, and he has the first down inside the 40.
All the way down to about the 38.
Yeah, you can hear Devin trying to get them lined up, taking that at the line of scrimmage. Check with me. Knows that time is running out on him.
Go to the hurry up. Flowers up the middle again.
How about the play selection? Down 3 scores.
Yeah, I don't agree with it at this point unless there's just some injury that Devin can't seem to get it out like he wants to.
It might be, they may be trying to protect Adams. This is not a region game.
No, it's not.
And your goal is to win the region.
This is the, halfway point of the season?
To the near side, and that's Howland. Takes a big lick, but again, just short gains. Blount will give him that.
And these Blount defenders are hitting each other back there. Anything moving is subject to warfare.
Here's what Vic's talking about right here. The purple converge.
Yeah, then they knock each other around there. You get between those white lines, you're subject to get some fire.
3rd and 7, clearly in 2-down territory here are the Wolves. Adams floats it out of backfield. Nice touch on that one to Coleman, who's got the first down, and Coleman to the 21-yard line.
Yeah, those twin receivers just kind of cleared it out over there and then let the back flare out there into the flat. Like you said, Devin just has nice touch and just lay it on over there to him, let him get all he can get. Picks up a first down, so he kicks the sticks to refresh the downs.
Timeout called for by Blount. We'll give you a scoring update from the Lip on 4th and short. From the 11-yard line, Ito Smith hurdles a defender at the 5 for a touchdown, and McGill regains the lead 28-24 with 3:30 left.
Wow.
Hey, it's our trivia question. Blount hasn't beaten Vigor since 1998. What was special about that season for both teams? Pat Greenwood, would you like to comment on our trivia question? Yeah, that was it. Both teams went on to the state finals. Blount beat Etowah 27-20, and Vigor lost to Vestavia Hills 10-7, and that was back when Vigor was a 6A team and Blount was the 5A team, right. And now it's reversed.
Hey, and guys, if I remember correctly, I covered that game. I believe there was a kid for Etowah named Carnell Williams. I believe he was pretty good.
Yeah, and
Blount beat him.
Blount beat him 27-20. Yeah, then the next night, Vigor played Vestavia and actually had some trouble in the kicking game. Otherwise, Vigor would have won that football game, too.
1st and 10 for the Wolves. Nothing doing. Adams now looking. Going to be hit and wrapped up at the 30-yard line.
You know, the quickness and elusiveness that we saw as part of Adams' game in the first half is gone right now because of that bum ankle.
Yeah, he had a receiver he thought was going to come uncovered deep back there, but they got their feet tangled up with the DB, and he ended up going to the ground.
Yeah, Rogers is down. Brandon Rogers is down at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, Brandon was the one he wanted to go to, but Brandon got tangled up with the DBs and went to the ground.
Come and join the class of 1965.
Prayerfully, this young man's okay and not seriously injured on this play. Here at the last moments of the game.
Well, one of the injuries on the Blount side are going to be some hurt feelings, because this one has not been close since
on the Vigor sidelines. Yeah,
did I say the Vigor sideline? Sorry, yeah. I think Blount just completely taken over, especially after halftime.
Yeah, I know, and a lot of alumni has really been waiting for this, and the Blount guys are just excited that they're going to break this streak.
So while they tend to, Rogers will take a break. 5:55 left. The Leopards looking to break the streak here tonight on UTV 44. They've been partying here all day, and now they've got celebration reasons to party with 5:55 left. 3rd and 19. Coach Mark Hurt trying to do something hadn't been done here since 1998. Adams over the middle of the field, and that one behind his intended receiver, who was Rogers, who was just down. How about the stretch that Blount is in the middle of? Double overtime loss last week to Murphy.
Right.
Tonight, Vigor, their rival. Next week, McGill, and the following week, Davidson. That is a brutal schedule.
That's, you know, Region 1 6A with your rival tossed in the middle of it.
Yeah.
And one of those alumnus that's celebrating and popped the champagne. I know my good friend Derek Turner. He and his son Ty Turner looked at the game, and his son Ty Turner, number 60 for a nose guard for the Baby Toros. So they always catch us on Friday night. And, you know, Derek's excited about his Leopards winning tonight.
4th and 19. Adams fires it open, and it's off the hands of Rogers.
Had a man wide open right there at that skinny post, just couldn't make the connection.
Oh, so they turn it over on downs. That one just maybe a touch overthrown. Rogers just 5'9", but he had a chance to pull it down.
He sure did. He's made some plays already. And that one just, again, a touch, a little much for Rogers. You can do all you can, run the pattern, run as hard as you can, but you can't grow during the play.
Yeah. Something else we talked about earlier, you know, is the fact that Vigor coming in had forced 13 turnovers coming into this game, and they've not been able to do it here tonight. And, you know, but also I think you see they beat Davidson 27-23, then LaFleur, Williamson, and BC Rain. This is a team like they have not seen on the schedule so far this season.
Yeah, this Blount team came in ready to go.
Give up the middle goes to Bethea. Hey, we do want to recognize linebacker and punter Sam Green from Vigor. He is the Scholastic Athlete of the Week from the Vigor Wolves. 3.87 GPA. Football and baseball is what he plays and wants to study communications.
Well, I need to meet him so someday he can give me a job.
There he is, Sam Green there, leading tackler on this team. As we approach 5 minutes left, you know, they were only giving up 80 rushing yards a game coming into this game, the Vigor Wolves. And now in at quarterback, Javante Adams getting some game time experience here.
Yeah, I was wondering why they were passing, but just what you're saying there, yeah, they want to get him a few shots and get him some game time action.
New quarterback in the ball game. Adams.
See if he can make a play. You never know during the season when you may have to go to him, and certainly preparing for the future next year.
You're right about that.
Adams, 6'3", 200-pound sophomore.
Good opportunity to get him some reps right now and right here at this juncture in the game.
Adams looking over the defense.
Adams looking to throw, and this one nearly intercepted, but he's able to slip that one in. As good coverage by Rivers there.
It's completed.
He's able to get it off.
Talk about the bruised egos that Vigor's going to have along with everything else, and how this team is going to have to deal with that with big games upcoming.
Yeah, I was over there prior to the game, and we always call him Scooby-Doo. He's one of the defensive back coaches. He was telling Devin Adams, don't let your senior year be the year that gives up the loss to Blount. Don't let it happen, but he's going to have to deal with it now.
Yeah, and so they're going to have to regroup real quick, Jim.
Yep.
Not only Blount's got big stuff on the schedule, look at Vigor.
We'll talk about Vigor, what they have after their matchup with Gulf Shores next week, as Vaughn end over end kick. Flowers will pick it up at the 29. Flowers up to about the 38-yard line. And so, yeah, they got Gulf Shores next week, but then look at that. After that, at Spanish Fort, at St. Paul's, then they play Faith Academy, and then round out the season with that little battle between Murphy and Pritchard with a matchup against the undefeated at this moment, the Murphy Panthers.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they call it the Mayor's Cup, and Sam Jones will be presented one time, or either Troy Ephraim, I hear from Pritchard, will be presented.
I don't think Sam Jones will.
This is last time this term.
No, I guess it will be. Yeah, it'll be right at the end. That'll be right before the change of administration, wouldn't it? Yeah, right at the last week there. There's Ashley Johnson over there. 37 seconds left at McGill. 4th and 17. Daphne with the ball. And they're at the McGill 26. Give up the middle to Flowers. And Flowers up to the 48-yard line.
He's still churning his legs, even though he's not reading the scoreboard.
Flowers he's like a four-wheel drive on a bad road, but he keeps coming at you.
Here's the region standings as we head into next week. Spanish Fort and Vigor 4-0. St. Paul's 3-1. We've got St. Paul's and Spanish Fort on Old Shell Road next week. Adams dumps it over the middle. He's able to get it complete to the junior Hale.
Yeah, he went down to the ground and dug that one up. Adams had plenty of time to get him a cup of coffee and deliver that one. .247 left on the clock.
2 minutes, 45 seconds here, and then a flag on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the running back moved just a hair early.
Talked about all the big games we've had all around our area tonight. None bigger tomorrow locally than the coverage that starts at 10:30 with the Joey Jones Show here on UTV 44. 11 o'clock pickup coverage of South Alabama Jaguars heading up to Knoxville to take on Tennessee. Patrick, how about How about that one? As big as it gets for South tomorrow?
It's certainly the biggest game they've had in history. I mean, it seems like we say that every week, don't we?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, you know, look, on paper, this is going to be Tennessee's ball game. They've got SEC athletes everywhere. But for South Alabama, you know, it's certainly not out of the question. And I'll tell you, we're hitting them at a good time. They're coming off of 2 big losses. They have 2 huge games coming up after this. So for South Alabama, pretty good opportunity. I mean, you go in there with nothing to lose attitude. So you go in there and you get beat, that's what's supposed to happen. You go in there and you make it close, you go in there and win, then all of a sudden, you know, people are starting to talk.
Yeah, 11:20 is the kickoff here on UTV 44. I heard one national analyst saying today, he said, yeah, you know, Tennessee probably wins that game. He said, but I would be just as surprised if Tennessee blows out South Alabama.
Well, you know, Tennessee's coming off a drubbing at Oregon, a physical beatdown at Florida.
Oh, what do they have
Georgia next week. So what, you know, how much energy will they bring to that game? Hopefully for South Alabama, it's not all they've got.
Intercepted on the pick on the far side. Justin Brown up the sidelines to put an exclamation point on it for the Leopards.
Yeah, that time he just stepped in front of the receiver. Let me tell you, Devin Adams is giving chase. I hope it's just a cramp, but he's down over there on the out of bounds side, and he's not feeling real good, mentally and physically.
This place is going to be bonkers in a minute 48, more so than it is right now. Adams taking the tape off his ankle over there. He's had a tough night. 73 yards on the return for Brown.
And I mean, 2 picks and haven't had one all year.
And probably had not been hit as often as he was tonight either.
Yeah, and Blount's their shortest scoring play.
Yeah, they don't want it unless it's long.
40 yards, Jim. Their shortest scoring play. 2 long INT returns.
Yep.
And then you got the long runs.
And their shortest has been what?
40.
40.
Watch it here.
Yeah, he just steps right there. He just takes it, and he's smooth sailing there. Devin tries to get it, but he pulls up right there with either a cramp or some agitation to his leg.
How about that sophomore? He's got a story to tell for the rest of his life.
Yeah, just looking at that young, you can tell he's a young kid.
Yep.
He won't forget that one.
Pat Greenwood.
Well, guys, I've been on the sidelines long enough to know that when you got a game this big, you stay about 30 yards away from the coaches. That was a really good idea of all the coaches getting doused with water now.
And Vaughn with a PAT to make it 40-13. Blount Leopards going to get the win here tonight over the number 6th ranked team in 5A, Vigor. Hey, we've been keeping you updated on the other big game here tonight. McGill-Tulane stops Daphne 1 yard short of the first down on 4th and 17.
Whoa.
And McGill hangs on to win tonight, 28-24 over Daphne. And McGill to 5-0, as you see Coach Mark Hurt. He goes to 4-1. And I would have to say no bigger win in his head coaching career than the one he's got here tonight.
No, sure. I got to tell you, Mark is an out-of-towner, okay? He comes to Pritchard, and there's no doubt that he feels the pressure of this game.
Sure.
And he feels like he's got to please a lot of people in the Blount community, and he does. I mean,
well, like Coach Stallings used to say, you got to win your conference and you got to beat your rival.
Yep.
And he's winning to beat his rival now. Well, now the rest of the conference is within reach.
Yeah, and there's something about this rivalry and something about these two teams playing for the bragging rights of this community, Vic. It's just something different.
Oh yeah, I mean it is something they'll talk about for 365.
Rogers back on the return. And
I don't think there's any reason for us to see Adams again, Jim, do you?
No, I don't think. I think you see Billy Blanks come in at quarterback here for Vigor. Adams, after that last play, was taking the tape off, and we will see Blanks come in, the junior. I mean, just dominating performance. I mean, that is 33 straight points scored by the Blount Leopards, and they've done it on the ground and a couple of pick sixes.
And she's dancing to the music, and I'll tell you what, Blount don't want to score unless it's a splash play. They're not going to take it if it's a 1 yard. They just want it if it's big, big plays.
Blanks, hand it off. Flowers right up the middle. Flowers trying to break a tackle. He's into Blount territory to the 47 with a 22-yard gain.
Some smaller guys in cleaner uniforms out there for Blount right now, Jim.
Yep.
Yeah, but I've got to say, Flowers, he's been pretty consistent tonight in his performance.
Yeah,
I'm going to enjoy looking at him on the next level with Coach Saban.
He's still got a year left at Vigor.
Yep, 19 carries, 113 yards for Flowers tonight. And he'll try to give it off to Cole this time, and he'll pick up a couple. As we approach minutes to go. What a win for this. Just an enormous weight being lifted off the Blount back.
Yeah. To me, it's more of an exhale than a celebration for a lot in the Blount community and that coaching staff. And Mark Hurd, congratulations to him. What a great win.
And the Leopards were ready for it all week. We saw it from the start of the pregame show.
Yep.
17 buses. And now I think...
Where did y'all put everybody? You almost had people in the parking lot sitting on cars.
It was about Spillo. It was an amazing sight, Vic.
Wow.
It was packed.
A sea of purple, huh?
Really was. And Vigor represented, too, with about 6 or 7 buses.
28 seconds left here. Get an injured Leopard down.
Yeah, let's pray he's not hurt real seriously here, especially at the final seconds of the football game.
Blount
cramping up, looks like.
Yeah, that's good news. Blount coach is getting players on a knee.
Yeah, great sportsmanship. You see it every week. Love to see that. Respect of the injured. And let's hope this is just a cramp. It looks like that's what they're working on when they're pressing down on the feet, the toes area, trying to stretch those calves out. As I tell you, it does happen, and it doesn't feel good. You can't hardly walk or put any pressure on your legs because those muscles are balling up.
That's Thomas. Timmons is heading over to the sideline.
I'll tell you who was balling tonight was Blount.
Yeah.
The folks in purple.
They were something else tonight.
Yeah, you can talk about Malik Campbell, Bethea, Vaughn. All of them just having their way.
Yeah, great blocking, getting those running backs to the second level without a problem here in the second half. You know, we talk about it all the time, maybe not enough. Actually, it's what's up front that really counts, and they won the line of scrimmage.
Blanks tries to keep it. He gets slung down for a loss back to the 45.
It's going to be your final play, Jim.
Danadio Madison with the stop, and the streak ends at 14.
We're up here on the top of this press box. It's almost like being in a fun house, you know, with the shifting sidewalk.
Or a Mardi Gras float.
Yeah.
Well, now the celebration can officially begin in Pritchard.
It's been a long time since 1998 since Blount has won a game in this rivalry. And they get the victory here tonight, coming from behind, down 7-0, then down 13-7, and then
coaches congratulating each other, players congratulating each other. Great sportsmanship still being shown by the players. These guys go to church together, and they all live in the same community and co-mingle. They let this battle be between the white lines, and at the end, you got me this year, man. We'll see you next year.
That's it. Some of these guys we'll see on the basketball court.
Yeah, you're right. These athletes, I tell you, these days, most of these guys play more than one sport. But, certainly love to see the sportsmanship between the players and congratulating each other. And there's Jim's favorite part. I see the baby powder just streaking around.
wait for Pat Greenwood to catch up with Coach Hurd, who's going to be Very excited. He was very focused all week on this game, and he's with Pat Greenwood.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Coach, if I would have told you you're going to win this one comfortably, what would you have said?
Well, I wouldn't have, well, I mean, you know, they're still a tough team. We just had, we made some good plays. The quarterback got a little hobbled, I think, which affected him. But, you know, our kids played great, and they played with a lot of intensity, you know, and, you know, our team, we worked to play hard in the second half. We're pretty much a second-half team. And so, you know, we just did what we normally do.
What does this mean to the kids, to the community?
Well, I mean, it's 14 years of losing, and they finally get a chance to you know, just break that streak. And, you know, it's a great thing for the community. It's great for all the Blount alumni and the Blount fans and for the players.
You glad you put water in there instead of Gatorade?
Hey, man, it doesn't matter. I'm just happy we got the win.
Congratulations, Coach. Appreciate it. Guys?
Coach Hurt with the win, and 4-1, the Blount Leopards. Now they're only lost to an undefeated Vigor, only lost to an undefeated Murphy team at this point, and they'll get a big test next week as they go up against McGill, who is undefeated as well. And I'm surprised at just the amount of points we saw, but more importantly, I think the way they were scored by the Blount Leopards tonight.
Well, they were scored from a long distance away, a lot of coast-to-coast stuff, you know, and against this Vigor defense, you don't expect to see plays like that, but they were able to get to the second level with that running game, and these backs are good enough then that they can give you trouble, make a safety miss, and get it to the end zone. And, of course, how about the big pick sixes, too? They went all the way back to the house.
And I thought the Leopard stars were their stars here tonight.
And they shine, you know, and Devin not used to getting picks at all, and these were pick sixes. And, you know, something I want to bring up, you know, you talk about believing. I think Coach Hurt has got them believing, and that's a big part of it.
They played like it.
Played with confidence, played with a little class other than the little squabble in the beginning. And we had a good football game, just a little bit lopsided.
Yep. Here's your choices. Which of the three Leopards do you want to be the player of the game? Demetrius Vaughn, DeLorean Bethea, or defensively LeBaron Rogers? Go to local15tv.com and click on the high school football game of the week and cast your vote, and then we'll see more from that player of the game next week at halftime of our contest. So our final score here tonight, 40-13. The streak ends at 14, and Blount moves on to 4-1 on the year. Vigor 4-1 as well. For Brian Aaron, our statistician, Pat Greenwood on the sidelines, Dan Brennan, Vic Lockett, Jared Kihas on the truck. I'm Jim Cox saying good night from Blount, and we will see you next week for Spanish Fort versus St. Paul's here on the UTV 44 Game of the Week.